First of all, I want to say to everybody, welcome to Passaic County. This beautiful college takes its name for the town where the front gate sits, but most of this campus is in Clifton and Little Falls in the 11th Congressional District. So welcome here, and thank you. I've been standing with NJ11 for change since Fridays for Frühlingsheisen, Fridays without Frühlingsheisen, whatever we were doing on Fridays. And you have stayed with me to the very end, and I'm grateful for that. We've heard a lot of folks today talk about the fights that they want to take to Washington and the issues they promise to raise when they get there. But I would propose to you that when you're choosing a candidate for a moment like this, you need to focus not on promises, but on proof. I'm the candidate with a record of results. I'm the candidate who joined the case against Donald Trump in the Supreme Court of the United States when he was trying to weaponize the census against immigrant communities, and won. I stood up to Chris Christie when he tried to defund an important road project and won again. Actually, most of you know it. It's right here, routes 46 and 3. When I came on the board more than a dozen years ago, there was a plan, there was a design, and there was federal funding in the pipeline. And the governor wanted to take it away and spend it in some counties where his votes are. And we stood up and we stopped him. We kept that project funded. And if you use routes 46 and 3 right now, you know that your commute is faster and your community is safer because of standing up and winning. As a voting rights lawyer, I've won and won again. I've stood up to the Republican Party in federal court, and I've trained hundreds more attorneys to do the same thing. I would propose to you, ladies and gentlemen, that as we head into 2026 and 2028, our best chance to make sure those elections in America are free and fair is to send a voting rights lawyer to Congress from NJ11 right now. As a county commissioner, I've focused on affordability for my constituents, bringing $960 million in new federal funding into Passaic County and the 11th District. Let me say that again, $960 million, $1.4 billion by the end of this decade, coming into Passaic County and the 11th Congressional District. That has allowed me to lower the property tax rate for my constituents every one of the last 9 years. Proof, not promises. And I've done it while doing more, not less, and while fighting RFK Jr.'s attempt to cut our public health services. We've stood up against that and won again. I'm the son of a country doctor. I rode with my dad in his pickup truck on house calls growing up. And in the back, he kept his old black doctor's bag and a chainsaw side by side. And I knew he was never going to let anything stand between him and the people who needed him. And I don't let anything stand in my way in the public service that I provide to my constituents and that I will provide to all of you. We also need to get serious in this country about the cost of health care. And that starts with rolling back the big, beautiful bill, but it has to continue with a public option for health coverage to lower costs for families, increase competition so insurers know that they have to cover care, not deny it. I went to Brown, I went to Harvard Law School. In between, I went to Jerusalem, and I spent a year there. And if you said to yourself, where would a nice Christian boy go to find a Hindu wife? You would not pick Israel. But that is our story, that is my pride, and that makes me part of an interfaith, an interracial family. It also makes me part of an immigrant community. So when I see the way Donald Trump talks about and treats immigrants, I take it personally. And one of the things I'm proud to have done in my record of results is looking out for immigrant communities in Passaic County, and I'll continue to do so across the district. That's how I've been elected and reelected 5 times, winning tough primary and general elections. I didn't mind drawing last here because last year in the primary, I drew number 6 in a box that said, County Commissioner, pick 3. And I won again. And I'm a public servant. I don't make my living off the system. No one in my family does either. I don't trade in the stocks that I regulate as a government official. And I commit never to do so, and to support a ban on congressional stock trading, so you never have to ask yourself, who's your representative really working for? I'm working for you. I'm in it for public service, not self-service. And I'm out across NJ11 to connecting with communities all over the district. I invite you to join me in Randolph tomorrow, in Montclair next week, and at a host of other events we're going to have going forward. I want to meet you. I want to answer your questions in more than the 5 seconds that I have left. And I hope you'll find me online and consider voting for the candidate who's in it for public service, not self-service, and has the record of results that tells you the work I'm going to do on your behalf in Washington, D.C. Thank you very much.